Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Zed. Today I'm going to be giving an update on BNGO. Please make sure to drop a like to this video, help this channel grow, subscribe and leave notifications on, and let's jump right into it. I'm going to go through technical analysis, news, and how I'll be playing this stock. So we get to see here on the MACD, it has actually gone towards a bit more negative trend. That kind of reversal happened a little bit around the 10th of August, and you get to see that it's actually increasing. So you need to look into the 1 hour perspective. Here on the ADX, it did receive a previous warning above the 50s. Above the 50s usually is where trends do actually see a reversal, and it's dipping down towards almost 50. So it's a little bit more dangerous level to trade at this moment. 1% R is sitting the stock as oversold, and you get to see the momentum here is a little bit stable, but still has received a bit more of a dip from momentum all the way from 3rd of August. Now, unbalanced volume has been stable, but volumes have been quite low. Now, in terms of the moving averages, 10 SMA is above the 30 EMA. The stock price has dropped below the trading action zones where reversals are likely, as you get to see here. So it's below the 30 EMA, although very close to it. The stock price is under the 200 SMA, which makes it bearish. And the stock price is just a little bit above the 50 SMA. Now, it is possible that that 50 SMA does reach out to the 200 SMA and crosses it, and once there, you get a golden star, which is a bullish sign. Now moving on towards the 1 hour perspective, you get to see on the MACD that it's actually curving upwards, which is a good sign here, although the unbalanced volume has decreased significantly on the last trading day, and it is trading around 70 cents. Now we're seeing here on the ADX a similar kind of performance that we've seen before. The stock price has seen a Death Star on the 13th of August, and it looks like it's actually played through significantly. So that kind of reversal is a little bit unseen on the 1 hour in terms of a golden star sometime soon. 10 SMA is below 30 EMA, which makes it bearish, but the stock is in the trading action zone in the, between the 30 SMA and the 10 SMA in the 1 hour perspective. The stock is overbought on the 1% R perspective, although has been oversold for majority of the day. In terms of momentum here, it seems to be a little bit sloppy and moving up and down, so nothing significant there. Now moving on towards the moving average bands, you get to see the stock is trading below there. You do expect that the stock trades between 72 cents and 80 cents, although we see it's already broken that kind of trend, and the expectation is that it might actually get pulled over up, but that kind of moving average band has been cut. Last time it really fully fit in was back when it was trading on the 40 cents range, so it's still around 100% above that, so it won't really be anything of significance. Now going on towards where the supports are, there's a current support at 70 cents, and then at 69 cents, and then at 68 cents, and then 67 cents, and then you're seeing one at 66 on the Fibonacci support, and then below that you're seeing a 62, 61, 60, and then 59. Now I don't expect it to drop through all these supports all at once, but there's a chance. Usually it is actually sent down for a lot of these stocks with a lot of attention. So the current resistance is sitting at 72, and from up there you get 73, and then 74, and then 75, and then we're seeing up to 76, 76, 77. And then we're seeing basically a cent up going up. So that's what happens when you have a bit of bag holders there. They do tend to want to get out and break even. You have 1 cent up going. Now moving on towards trends from what I've seen. So we're gonna go quickly 3 months here, and gonna try to draw the trend line here. Still hasn't broken this trend line. The bottom is around 60. Now going on towards this trend line. This one has been broken just on the last trading day. Now moving on quickly, let's take a quick look in terms of the earnings estimate. I'm not sure if my broker would have it or not, but let's give it a try. And you get to see that they have actually beat their estimate, at least on not on the EPS, but on the revenue by 37%. Now moving on towards current institutional buyers, you get to see a bunch of institutional buyers happening on the last trading day on the 14th, and a bit more on the 13th. BlackRock has liquidated their entire position on it. on this week. On the 12th, 13th, and 14th, it seems that the actual trend has been adding more shares rather than increasing more shares. Now, on the 8K forms, so one of the latest forms here, this is on Friday. Not sure exactly what time. I'm not seeing the timestamp, but basically they have entered an agreement, with a sales agreement with Landerberg as a sales agent under the company, which may offer to sell up to 40 million shares of its common stock from time to time through Landenberg. Nothing significant here. I mean, they're not saying that they're gonna have an offering tomorrow per se. Companies have shelf offerings. This one here has increased their shelf offering by $125 million, and this basically, I believe, covers both warrants and common shares. Yeah, common shares, preferred stocks, debt securities, and warrants. Now, moving on towards, this is as well another thing here, proposed maximum offering price in a Form S8. So there is a risk for this one's for offering, but here's the thing. They have really good product in terms of the Saphyr. So this is some of the highlights that they have related to their business aspect. If you would like to hold this for a more longer term, you get to see that they processed 493 customer samples compared to a total of 212 same time last year. Since commercial launch in February 2017 through today, 91 Saphyr instruments have been installed. If you remember, Saphyr instruments had some really good PR relating it to that as the golden standard of the actual like application of that product, and it's tended to be more of a game changer for genomics or genes. So they also announced the publication of data demonstrating 100% concordance between Saphyr system and current gold standards. So there you go, as exactly I just said there. Different references here, so I'm not going to go through the exact references. Significantly expanded the scope of research with COVID-19 host genome structural variant, positive COVID-19 player there as well. Strengthened IP with receipt of U.S. patents, so they got the patent number 10,676,352. Number is not significant, but entitled the nanozole device arrays, so they got a patent in there. A bit of a lengthy kind of highlights, so I'm not going to go exactly through there. I'm just going to go quickly through the next 8K form and then the quarter earnings. Yep, so this just basically says quarter earnings, and you get to see that the quarter earnings year per year total assets has decreased quite a little. Total liabilities, although, has decreased, and so their total liability and stockholder equity overall has very much almost stayed the same, compared to 27 million compared to 30 million. And you get to see on the product revenue here has decreased quite a bit, going on from 2 million to 940 million in total revenue, of almost half at the current moment. Their EPS is 0.09 compared to 0.71, although their total loss is 8 million compared to 7.7 million, so it's almost been the same. Going on towards 6 months ending for June 30, which was basically the half year, you get to see 18.6 million compared to 15.5 million. So going on from from 2020 June 30 to quarter 2 2020 versus quarter 1 2020, it looks like it's actually performed better. But going on from year to year date, it has performed a little bit worse, but there's a lot of different aspects in the business that has changed that you need to consider. So, one more thing: cash on hand and loss. That's very important to know in order to estimate if there's an offering. Cash and cash equivalent, you get 17 million. And then you get to see net loss is 8 million. You get to see that they might be fine for a quarter or two before an offering hits, although some companies would do it ahead of time if their price is falling. Nothing significant here in terms of upcoming news for this company. Now, moving on to how I would play the stock. So right now it is testing dangerous territory, and there is a gap here that, well, I mean, the gap has filled already, but there has been jumps before for the stock, going on from something like, so the closing was here, 52 cents, to the next day opening at 66 cents, and that's kind of the dangerous level you're sitting at. You can see it right here. What you want to see is a little bit of stabilization, because you get to see this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 day in a row that the stock actually drops. Now, I know that these are green candles and the stock technically opened, closed higher than what it opened, but it still moved down. So what I wanted to see is something where it gets a significant bullish kicker, that, or basically a bullish influx, something very much similar to what you're seeing here, or perhaps over here, or once again here. So that's the kind of movement that I would like to see before I would like to enter the stock. Currently, it's a scary hold. I wouldn't give it any kind of recommendation for this one, because for me it's consider buying in the future after it stabilizes and either accumulates or you get a bullish influx. But at the current moment, it's also not a sell for me because it's trading at a very dangerous level. But I wouldn't be comfortable holding it myself. What do you think about this ticker? Make sure you mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like. You have a wonderful day.